Hey everybody, Sharon here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today doing yet another visual novel. This time we are doing a C14 dating and doing our first playthrough. So just like with most visual novels, when you do your first playthrough, before getting started, go into the settings and see what you can adjust. You want to make sure you keep transitions set at all. Make sure you change skip over to all messages. Set after choices to keep skipping, and then move the two sliders on the bottom right all the way to the right, text speed and auto forward. Once you have those, just back out to the main menu in order to save your settings and then start up the game. Every time you start up a playthrough, it's going to ask you for these two choices. Make sure you always turn the mini games off, and then make sure you pick start game unless you need to adjust the text to make it easier to read. Nonetheless, once you start the game, just hit right bumper to start fast forwarding. The game is going to open up with this set of choices. Always pick choice 7, and then we're going to get into actually how the visual novel is going to work. So at the start of each week, you're going to be given this notebook planner right here, and then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to set what you're supposed to do for the rest of the week. For this first playthrough, just make sure you pick study, which is going to be the book, and you want to make sure you fill out all 21 boxes with study. As soon as you have that, just click on play, and that should get us into the actual visual novel part. So there's going to be all the choices right here. I will have the choices that you need to pick in the margins. Just make sure you pick those in the right order, and then just keep the fast forward going. The game should auto stop every time a choice needs to be made, and all you have to do is just make all the right choices when they pop up, and you pretty much should be good for most of the game. Each playthrough is going to be broken up into 8 weeks, and at the start of each of those weeks, we're going to have to refer back to the notebook to see if any changes need to be made. Other than that, the game is going to play like your typical visual novel, so this one's going to be pretty simple to figure out what to do. So once we get to the start of week 2, we are going to notice that the leftmost column is going to be blanked out, and we need to fill this up with activities. For this first playthrough, you want to make sure you set it to cave on Monday, lab on Tuesday, cave on Wednesday and Thursday, and then finally lab on Friday. This is the last time you need to touch the notebook in terms of modifying the actual schedule. From here on out, every time we get to the planner to start the week, you just want to make sure you go to play. So as long as you set it like this at week 2, you should be good for the rest of the playthrough since you don't need to make any more changes. So again, from week 3 onward, every time you get to the weekly notebook, make sure you just go to the play button. Make sure you do not change anything on the schedule because we have set it up like this in a way where we don't need to touch it anymore for the rest of this playthrough. Now, during each of your playthroughs, there's going to come a time around the end of the game during week 7 where you need to make sure you make a save. And the reason for that is there are going to be a few achievements that require us to do a supplemental playthrough. And if we happen to make this save where we need to make them, it should save us a bunch of time. We don't have to replay any points leading up to that save. And for the supplemental playthroughs, we are allowed to just play the parts that we need, which are going to be these parts that are going to take place late in the playthrough. So make sure you make those saves when they are noted. For this first playthrough, it's going to come right before this choice. So as soon as the choice pops up, make sure you hit the start button, make sure you go to the save game feature, and make sure you save in slot number 1, then hit the B button to back out, and then just make the rest of your choices that you normally would for this playthrough. And then once we finish this main playthrough, we are going to refer back to the save and then begin our supplemental playthrough once we head back to the main menu. So once we finish up our 8 weeks, we should get to the achievement for beating the main playthrough called Kyler Friendship Chibi. That's going to be for 30 gamer score. Now it's going to be on to the supplemental playthrough. So make sure you go to continue. This is going to bring up a list of saves that we have made. We are going to load up that one save we made earlier, and then we are going to replay the last part of the game, making different choices so we can get to the rest of the achievements related to this character's playthrough. So once we take care of the supplemental playthrough, we should be good for this character's achievement. There it is, 60 gamer score. That's going to wrap it up for the first part. Don't forget to check back soon next time where we're going to do part 2 as well as its supplemental. But that's it for now, and that's all there is to it.